As we have successfully installed Python in our PC, let us see some basic syntax in Python. Python syntax can be executed by writing directly in the command line or by creating a Python file on the server using .py file extension and running it in the command line. Let us see how it works. If we go to cmd command prompt and we'll write Python enter. Now we are in the Python shell. We can execute our Python codes here. Let's try print statement here. As you can see, hello Python it has been printed, which means our Python is successfully working. It is one way of executing Python syntax, and the other way is using IDLE. You can search IDLE. This is called Python IDLE shell, where you can execute your Python codes. As you can see here also, we can execute Python syntax. The other way of using a Python file. Let us create an empty folder. We'll name it as tutorials, and inside the folder let me go to my IDLE and I will create a new file, and we'll just write a print statement here. We'll go to file and we'll save it in desktop tutorials, and we'll name it hello, and the file extent will be Python file, so it will be hello.py. Now we can directly run it from IDLE by clicking F5 or by clicking run and module F5, which prints it. That's one way of doing it. Or we can see the navigation bar here and we'll type cmd enter, by which we will reach the cmd at that location. Now we can write dir, which shows the all files present in that file, which includes hello.py. To execute Python file, we should write python space filename.py. Here the file is executed and the output is printed as hello. Python indentation. Indentation refers to the spaces at the beginning of the code, where in other programming languages the indentation in code is for readability only. The indentation in Python is very important. Python uses indentation to indicate a block of code. Example, if we see here, if 5 is greater than 2, then we added 4 spaces, which makes its indentation. The number of spaces is up to you as a programmer, but it has to be at least 1. You have to use the same number of spaces in the same block of code, otherwise Python will give an error. Let us see it as an example in the file which we have created. Let us edit with IDLE. If I write if 5 greater than 7, as you can see, as I click on enter, it automatically adds me for a tab space. I'll write a print statement here, and if I click on F5, it asks me if you want to save, and I press OK, and it will print hello. Let's write it as hello2, and we'll give it less than, so that it will execute. And we'll run this file again. As you can see, the file has been executed. Let us see if we remove indentation, what will happen. As you can see, it it is showing an error like expecting an indentation block. So you can't run it without placing the indentation.